Good evening. It's wonderful to be with everyone again after a long absence, undesirable long absence. If I may please call to the stage Doran Pruneriu, who is the member of the board of, and I'll do a longer introduction in just a moment. Everyone knows Doran. And also Kat Cordair from Lockheed Martin Corporation. And finally, a new member of our community, Nasser Al-Sahaf, who is the chair of the new International Moon Day group. And I'll begin with a brief, just 2 words concerning the first speaker will be Doran Pruneriu. He is a member of the board of the Romanian Space Agency, former director of the UN COPUOS, member of the Advisory Council of the Moon Village Association, and a member of the GEXLA, the Global Exploration Group on Sustainable Lunar Activities. And together, we are going to be discussing with you something that is long, long, long overdue, an annual global celebration of the first time that humans set foot on another world beyond our Earth. The Apollo landing in 1969 on July 20th, but going forward, the International Moon Day. Doran.
Good afternoon. So all of us, we had hard work during these days, not only here, but also with the International Academy of Astronautics. From the very beginning of the space age, the United Nations recognized that outer space added a new dimension to humanity's existence. The United Nations family strives continuously to utilize the unique benefits of outer space for the betterment of all humankind. Recognizing the common interest of humankind in outer space and seeking to answer questions on how outer space can help benefit the peoples of Earth, the General Assembly adopted its first resolution related to outer space, Resolution 1348, entitled Questions of the Peaceful Use of Outer Space. On 10 October 1967, the Magna Carta of Space, also known as the Treaty on Principles Governing the Activities of States in the Exploration and Use of Outer Space, including the Moon and other celestial bodies, entered into force. International days and weeks are occasions to educate the public on issues of concern, to mobilize political will and resources to address global problems, and to celebrate and reinforce achievements of humanity. The existence of international days predates the establishment of the United Nations, but the UN has embraced them as a powerful advocacy tool. Related to outer space, already established next observances: World Space Week from 4 to 10 October, International Space Year, it was in 1992, International Day of Human Space Flight, 12th of April, International Asteroids Day, 30th of June. Considering the importance of exploring the closest celestial body to Earth, the Moon, the new dimension of exploration and its use in the coming decades, its use as a platform for experimentation and testing of equipment and techniques for exploring other planets of our solar system, for example, Mars, an international day dedicated to the exploration of the Moon was declared appropriate by the United Nations. We consider that the most important and resounding event related to the exploration of the Moon, with an extraordinary impact on the entire terrestrial globe, an event that was a huge step for whole humankind in humans' exploration of other celestial bodies is the first step of an Earthling on the moon, made by Neil Armstrong on July 20, 1969. In this regard, July 20 is declared by the United Nations as International Moon Exploration Day. Interest in the moon is manifested by both scientists, government agencies, or private companies. Considering the observance of international treaties and agreements on the exploration and use of outer space, as well as the need to develop new specific norms for new types of activities on the surface of other celestial bodies, including the need for international cooperation in large space projects and the need to create synergies and protection of the lunar environment, a broad framework of debates, the development of new concepts, the evaluation of new opportunities for cooperation and the peaceful and correlated use of the moon's environment among interest actors should be considered. The Moon Village Association took the initiative to address these critical issues with the goal of de-risking future lunar missions and increasing global cooperation for lunar exploration and settlements. In 2020, the Moon Village Association decided to promote development of a neutral forum for multi-stakeholders discussions on lunar exploration, the Global Expert Group on Sustainable Lunar Activities, GEXLA, and I have the honor and hard work to do as the head of this global exploration group. The goal of GEXLA is to prepare materials to submit to the United Nations Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space, where the MVA has a permanent observer status, to support the committee's discussions and deliberations on critical issues surrounding lunar activities. We already work for more than 1 year to finalize the recommended framework and key elements for peaceful and sustainable lunar activities, and to deliver next year to the United Nations. To inform people about all this effort in promoting a comprehensive governance of all lunar activities, the International Moon Exploration Day is the right event and place to do it. Thank you. John?
Next. Oh, no, please. I would like to introduce Dr. Nasser Al-Hassaf, the chair of the newly created International Moon Day group within the Moon Village Association. Nasser.
Thank you. So I guess this is the clicker here.
It should be there.
Yeah, okay. Let me just make sure. All right. Hello, everybody. And thank you for being with us here and for the first International Moon Day 2022 announcement. I have the privilege to present this presentation, and I hope you will have some questions for me at the end. Okay. In 2021, the Moon Village Association recommends to COPAS that adopts and proposes to the United Nations General Assembly the approval of the International Moon Day. This happened very quickly, thank God, and the UN General Assembly on the 76th session, December 9th, 2021, declares the International Moon Day to be observed annually starting this year on July 20th. The IMD group team is a very small team. It's established within the Moon Village Association and consists of only 4 people, but yes, oh, sorry, yes, oh, sorry. Only 4 people, so we have myself and an executive secretary, an international program coordinator, and media coordinator. The IMD objectives. Oops. All right. IMD objectives. We have many objectives, but the most important ones are to commemorate human lunar activities and foster. Okay, thank you. And foster lunar exploration and exploitation through the international cooperation, and to prepare for the celebrating of the International Moon Day every year all over the world, and coordinate sustaining resources to realize IMD goals and objectives. The International Moon Day is to be observed annually to raise awareness among the public and generate support for sustainable moon exploration and utilization. This event will foster, hopefully, increased global cooperation between stakeholders all around the world, including developing nations, and ultimately promoting inclusivity in the next generation of lunar exploration. The impacts. There are benefits, goals, collaboration, and science. The stakeholders all over the world are invited to organize events. This would be like mostly a bottom-up type event. And on this date, and inform the Moon Village Association to increase their visibility and foster future cooperation. Serving sustainable lunar activity stakeholders to achieve optimal solutions towards a balanced approach for next generation human presence on the moon. An essential part of the IMD work model is to be globally inclusive by taking advantage of gig economy platforms to reach out for a more refined lunar-based knowledge. And through careful and contemporary knowledge management employing modern techniques, the IMD will emerge as a platform by itself to foster new lunar science and technology. Partnerships. This is where it gets sticky. Of course, there is a standard, which is 20 opportunities, openings, and that's very small, at maybe 10,000 per stake. And the corporate, the benefits will be corporate branding and access to launch events on the 20th of July. Silver is a little bit more limited, so there are 10 opportunities and of course more benefits. In kind would be unlimited opportunities and very good benefits, I would say. Gold is more limited to just 5 openings at this time for $100,000 US. And we're hoping that we will have quite a few because we have been talking to some. Platinum, of course, there's only one opportunity for that, and hopefully this will sustain us even to start the planning of the next event, which is 2023. The event organization could be in 2 ways. One is the top-down, which is going to be more related to a hub city once we find or decide on a hub city. At global level or regional country levels, through regional, national coordinators, which are in place now actually. This will be probably a very large event with major partners. Bottom-up, however, will be any organization or individual at local universities, companies, and it will usually include small events, in-kind resources. However, this requires pre-qualifying and registration at our official IMD website. The The IMT group event management for top-down major events, we have quite a few, I mean, it's the formal project management structure, and it's geared towards making sure that everything is in place, because it will be a work in coordination with the IMDG directly and the hub city once that is decided. And of course, it includes performance management, baseline, strong change management, risk management, invested, engaged project sponsor, and so forth. There's a clear communication plan and a clear objective, goals and outcome, and the mature value delivery capabilities. So hopefully the sponsors will appreciate that. IMD implementation, established coordinated network, national, regional coordinators, which are in place at this time. We'll have local relay for international events. MVA, Moon Village Association Global, through the SCAG network and the established IMD website. And today, actually, will be the first announcement for 3 items. The call for the International IMD Logo Competition, which is actually right now on the website as of today. And the call for international participation for everyone to join us, whether it's top-down or bottom-up. And also a call for international sponsorship packages. And this will all be today on the website. The implementation, okay. The category definition of IMD event eligibility, this will be mainly for the bottom-up type of events, and we're working on that. So that's in progress at this time. We're hoping to create a buzz and a public relation for the IMD goals and objectives, and identify the International Moon Day partners and sponsors in the coming weeks. Also, there will be an MOU with the United Nations establishing a framework to support the implementation of the IMD from this year on forward, and this will be signed in May 2022 this year. Also, the IMD will be informing UNOSA on a regular basis on its plans and progress of the IMD celebrations from this year and next year, and there will be a link to the UNOSA official website. The International Moon Day celebration, this of course will be the first ever IMD celebration event on the 20th of July. The theme for this year, as every year will have a different theme, the theme for this year is lunar governance. And of course, it's maybe more obvious why, but there will be an emphasis on information exchange, safety zones, environmental and space debris mitigation. These, I might add, are all subcommittees actually of the GEGSLA, the Global Expert Group on the Sustainable Lunar Activities. This is actually also work in progress, and that will be also part of the what we're doing this year. Also, worldwide celebratory events, including panel discussions, scientific interviews, and technology-oriented workshops, etc. We were hoping that we will involve even more of an entertainment sector to make it more viable or attractive to the target audience for the International Moon Day, whom are an age group between 10 and 30 years old, and those are the ones who are probably going to be visiting the moon in 20 years for a weekend or so. Now, selecting the ideal IMD hub city. You notice here For a lack of an example, I use my own hometown. This image here is on 26 February 2021 at what's called the edge of the world. And you can see the moon. It's daytime still, but the moon is huge. So this was captured by an amateur photographer, and we gave him credit here. But the main criteria for the hub city I view to be globally connected, neutral, geographically located, and centrally positioned around the world, for optimum live feed reach to all communities, taking into consideration the international time zone. So if we have one day, which is the 20th of July, then maybe the hub city will be performing around the clock 24/7, I mean, not 24, but 24 hours for that, in order to capture as many participants and events around the world. This should be an ideal place where moon exploration and exploitation activities can be coordinated with increased global cooperation and collaboration. Our founding sponsors at this time are Lockheed Martin and Kat, I will introduce afterwards, and she will say a few words. And also the Cyprus Space Exploration Organization, which will probably, more than likely, be helping us with the media. Thank you for your attention, and feel free to visit us on our website, and if you need any information, thank you very much. And if you may, I will introduce Kat, and she will be talking about Lockheed. Thank you.
So this is Kat Corder, who is the Deputy Manager at Lockheed Martin for Deep Space Operations, Advanced Programs. Thank you. She is responsible for leading Lockheed Martin's mission development and research of the robotic exploration of the solar system, including heliophysics and astrophysics. Kat, please.
Thanks, John. I'll just stay here in panel mode so then we can transition into questions a little easier. Thanks for the opportunity to come say a few words. Lockheed Martin has been working with the Moon Village Association as one of the founding sponsors since 2017. So we're really excited to be working with the Moon Village Association. We're able to stay involved with Moon Village through a couple of different ways. You heard Doran talk about GEXLA, so we're involved in GEXLA, as well as we attend the workshops, and a bit of a shameless plug for the next workshop in November. First week of November in Los Angeles will be the first face-to-face meeting in, I think, 2 years, John, is that right? Oh, 3, oh yeah, that's right, about 3 by the time we get there. So of course we do invite everyone out there to join in that symposium and workshop. And Lockheed Martin believes in sustainable presence on the moon. We do engage with the international community, basically because we want to ensure that the world can actually achieve this objective together. We are also, Lockheed Martin is involved in the commercial services sector on the moon, working on mobility services, as well as Parsec, our commercial communications and navigation services at the moon. No matter who is involved, though, the moon really is an international endeavor that's for everybody. And that's why I think the International Moon Day is so important. It's a really, really great opportunity to engage the whole world, engage the public, get people excited about exploration and potentially visiting or living on the surface of the moon. And really get them more involved with our closest celestial neighbor, right? And, as far as the Moon Village Association, they make it very easy. Their website is great to just upload and just sign up for your event. And speaking of getting involved, Doran talked about the GEXLA. And I think it's time to define those recommended practices on the surface. And the Moon Village Association is a great way to pull together all of the different players from around the world to help define those practices. And of course, I can't talk about the lunar surface without talking about the Artemis Accords, which are a good start. But GEXLA really is looking to help the world define how the international community should operate on the moon, and then bringing those recommendations to the COPUOS. And as a final closing remark, you know, we're getting there. If I'm sure you all have seen, Artemis 1 is on the launch pad. We're getting ready for the wet dress rehearsal. Actually, I realized this morning it's next week. So we're getting there soon, and look forward to seeing you all on the surface of the moon.
So we actually only have just a few moments left. If someone wanted to ask maybe one quick question, if there was anybody who had a question. The one in the back? Has to be in the back. At the maximum distance from a mic. No, please.
This is a very obvious question. What does Buzz think about this?
We've actually been trying to get in touch with him. I know him well. He's on my my Rolodex. But I have to say, he's been a little bit out of touch the last several months. So we're hoping everything is fine with him, and we're going to continue to reach out. But hopefully he's going to love it, and but we don't know yet. So and I'll just close by saying thank you to our panel and to Nasser, who has a huge amount of work to do in a very short period of time. I'd like to ask all of you for your support in achieving the goal of an annual celebration starting on July 20th of International Moon Day, and celebrating the accomplishments of so many people and so many countries in the past, and looking forward to the accomplishments of even more people, more countries, more companies, more schools in the future. Please do join us on November 8, 9, and 10 in Los Angeles. The registration page for the next Moon Village Association International Workshop and Symposium is going live tomorrow morning, and we would love to see you there. Thank you very much.